So, folks, welcome to this episode of The Rumble. Today, I have with me a guy who's pretty well known, and he's been around. I think sometimes I get shocked to know that he's been around that long. I think something over 10 years or 12 years or something like that. He'll tell you the actual figure. But he's a playback singer, actor, many things rolled into one. Welcome to the show, Devan.
Thank you, Madhav. Okay. Pleasure to see you again, and first time on camera.
Yeah, all right. We never talked to each other on camera.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's kick straight into it.
Yes.
I want to know, how the hell did you become a playback singer?
Well, obviously I have to give the credit to you because you brought me down to India in 1998, which was 15 years ago. So it's 15 years
I'm here. 15
15
years. All right.
15 years, yes.
Okay.
4
but
degrees.
That still didn't answer the question of how do you get into playback
Well,
singing.
obviously your album is what got me the break.
Was that the
album?
reason?
Yeah, Kamman Orukanile, which we did for Magna Sound, was released in the spring of 98. And I think at that time Rahman was looking for new voices. So he just happened to pick up the album.
Who were there along with you at that time who Rahman also picked up?
I was the only guy at that time that got in. I mean, it so happened Yugender was with me as well for the recordings.
Yes.
So he also joined me in singing and sang a few lines in the song O Maria.
So did you groom yourself for this playback singing industry?
Absolutely not. Whatever I've done till date is a fluke. I would have to say that I've just been fortunate, and it's been something that just landed on my lap. As you know, I came to India to do music composition and produce albums for other artists. And
ended up being a singer. But you were always a singer.
But I wouldn't say I took it seriously. I just sang so that I could be a part of my song. I never thought I would be a solo singer as such, and never in my wildest imagination would I have been a playback artist.
Okay, so the first time you ever heard this whole business about Tamil playbacks, Tamil singing at least, film songs, and you lived somewhere in the US.
I've been in the US my whole life, and my
parents.
Where
did you
Ohio. I was born in Toledo, Ohio.
Toledo, Ohio. Okay.
Yes, so my dad was in the middle of his PhD over there, and I was born. And then I think by the time I was 7, that's when the first VHS copies of Tamil films started getting exported to the US.
So that's when you started seeing them.
That's when I started seeing them. And after a point, I used to wonder how come every actor has the same singing voice. The same two singing
nobody
voices.
ever knew that playback
we didn't know it because, of course, when you look at musicals in the West, the actors themselves sing for themselves. Even if they're miming to their own pre-recorded voice, it's their own voice they're miming to. But it was only about 1986 I got my first VHS concert footage from Singapore of a show with Mr. Gangambaran, SP Balasubramanian sir, and Johnny Gamma. So that's as well. So these are the voices and the people
I've been thinking was some young pretty girl somewhere, but these are the actual people.
And these are the actual people.
I had once the actor Madhav tell me, went for some show somewhere, and he said if you keep your eyes closed and don't look at what's going around you and just keep your ears open, you would think that every hit song was sung by the same actor.
Right.
Or every movie had the same actress acting in it because the dubbing voice was the same.
The same, exactly.
So whether it is this actor, that actor, you keep your eyes closed, it's all the same person. Now that is gone. Now people are using their own voices, aren't they?
Many, I would say most of the male actors are dubbing for themselves. Very few, use dubbing artists.
I guess the women because they're coming from somewhere else.
Yeah, you have a lot of North Indians that are acting like from Tamanna or to this Hansika and etc.
Have you ever hung out with any of them while they actually shot?
Not really. I was always, the only heroine I could say I actually spent any time with was Sneha. And she was a very warm and friendly person.
And she's from Tamil Nadu anyway.
Yeah, she's from, I think, Dubai from what I know, but again, she's South Indian.
Yeah, so she knows the language.
Yeah.
But have you ever been on a set when the others were acting?
Anyone
else?
Really.
Anyone who doesn't know Tamil?
Oh yeah, I acted once with Sada.
Okay.
She's Gujarati, I think, or whatever, but...
she probably speaks well.
Her and then I think Kajol's sister Tanisha, they both acted in Unale. So I had 2 days of shoot with both of them. Then
They were faking their voice or they were just...
it was quite humorous to just watch. If we had a dining table scene...
Okay.
And somebody would keep prompting their dialogues. So, if they said that, she'd be like, something like they would say something, whatever. We would have to control ourselves from laughing. We'd be like, oh my God, horrible trouble.
But the camera's obviously on her, so they never see you sniggering on the side.
I'd be right next to her on the table. That's something like it would be a group shot. So yeah, they would have a solo thing, but again, they'd have two, how they have multiple angles of the same scene.
Okay, tell me, when you were hearing all the stuff in India, did you think that you could contribute something to the...
I definitely felt when I was 16, 17, I was like, this is where I want to go. Because I remember I had seeing SPB and Yesudas Sir in the US where they performed, and I hung out with their band members, and I was like, wow, this is something I want to do. And I knew that at least in the 90s, it was very difficult being an Indian kid in white America, and a musically commercial scene. Only after about 2 decades did the Spanish artists come up, like Gloria Estefan and say John Secada.
Yes.
They have been singing for years. Like when that song, "Come On, Shake Your Body, Baby, Do That Conga, No You Can," and then "Oh Hey," for both those songs of Gloria. Those were her 8th and 10th albums. So imagine she had 7 albums before that
nobody knew.
And nobody knew. So when a language like Spanish, which is again like the second popular language in the world after English, took that long, where was it to get the acceptance that it did? Where is an Indian guy going to suddenly become accepted?
Okay, so you didn't really consciously plan to get into the film industry or to become a playback singer?
No, definitely not a playback singer. I just wanted to come and do music in India somehow because a lot of pop albums coming out. And again, at that time, your company, Magna Sound, was the leading pop company. You had people like Colonel Cousins, Alicia, Daler Mehndi, Style Bhai, who again is another...
All right, so you heard him. He didn't come with the intention of becoming a playback singer, but he ended up becoming one. We'll find out how did he do it, because I know a lot of people who want to know that.